Hello everybody, welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga for this yin yoga practice for the lower body. We're going to do some slow, gentle stretches focused on the thighs, the legs, the hips, the knees, and the lower back. This is a practice that is very relaxing and good for anyone, no matter what your level of flexibility is. And you won't need any special yoga props. The only thing you'll need is a strap. And this can be a belt from your closet. It can be the belt of a robe or anything that is maybe about as long as you are tall. And without further ado, we will go ahead and get cozy and get started with our yin yoga practice for the lower body. To begin, come into child's pose. Climb onto hands and knees. Set your knees about hips width apart, and then send your hips back toward your heels. Let your feet come together or whatever distance is comfortable for your hips. Starting to stretch gently into the lower back with this child's pose. Breathe into your lower back and feel the low back expand. And exhale and soften. Feel your tailbone lengthening back toward your toes. With your inhale, breathe into your whole back body. And soften your spine into your body, letting it drop down. Exhaling. One more big breath all into the back body. And exhale from the back of your body. And with your next inhale, come up to hands and knees. Open your feet to hips width apart, knees hips width, elbows and hands under your shoulders. And your inhale lifts you up into a back bend. We'll move through cat and cow. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Inhale, drop your ribs, back bending. Lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, drop ribs, roll your shoulders back. And last time, exhaling. Return to a neutral spine and come forward onto your forearms and elbows for Sphinx. Stretching into the lower back now. Your legs can be hips width apart, or if this feels pretty intense, you could try widening your legs to make it easier, to make a little more space in your low back. Or if you want more sensation, bring the legs even closer together. And once you fine-tune your legs, just wiggle your hips a little so the front of your hips feel like they can lengthen along the ground. And then press down into your elbows to lift your chest, lift your ribs, and lift the top of your head. Feel that your collarbones are opening forward. And just gently feel that you're pulling forward with your arms. So you're actually pulling back with the hands and pulling your heart forward through the arms. Good. And there's some engagement here in the upper body, but at the same time, we want to relax the lower body. And this is how yin works. We relax the hips, the glutes, the thighs. Relax the tops of your feet on the floor. And breathe into the low back. Notice what you feel here. And imagine that each breath is breathing some space into the vertebrae of the lumbar spine, the lower spine. As you continue to rest here, just let your breath continue to help you relax into the position. And for the last minute here, option to lift up a little higher into seal. So you can lift your elbows and keep your hands out in front of you. Or if it feels more stable, you could widen your hands out a little bit. The idea here is to lock the elbows so you can rest your spine and rest your body and not be working very hard with your arms. And if you feel comfortable here and want to lift a little higher, you can walk your hands closer. Wherever you are, maybe staying down on your elbows in Sphinx, take these last few moments, these last few deep breaths into your low back and into your belly. And one more inhale. And exhaling all the way down. And rest your forehead on top of stacked hands. Stack one hand on top of the other. Take this crocodile pose. Notice the sensations in your lower back. Bend your knees, lift your feet up, and sway your feet and legs side to side, giving your lower back a nice massage after that back bend. And slowly bring the legs back to center and return your feet to the floor. Press yourself up and back to return to child's pose. This time, knees together, hips back toward the heels, arms down alongside of you. And this is a version of child's pose. You're going to feel a little bit more in your low back because the spine is more rounded when the legs are close together like this. And breathe. And slowly now come up. Sit to one side of your feet and take your legs in front of you for caterpillar. If seated positions aren't your cup of tea, if your body doesn't love these kinds of seated forward bends like we're moving into, then you could take legs up the wall pose instead for a nice stretch along your back body that's very similar. So you can do your legs up the wall, or if you're here in caterpillar, just gently let your hands slide down your legs to your ankles or your feet or whatever works. And you could also use your strap around your feet. Making any final adjustments to your position so you can come into a place of stillness and let the static stretch of this position do its magic, gently releasing tension from your fascia, making space in the spine and the back of your hips and the back of your legs. Inhaling now and exhaling. And slowly walk your hands back up your legs and slowly come down onto your back and take a rebound. Any comfortable position on your back where you can take a moment of stillness and feel the effects of the forward bend. Caterpillar is a full stretch of the entire back body. It's one of the most powerful poses in the yin yoga practice, and it stimulates the energies of all of the chakra centers, which all reside in the spine. So you might be sensing some movement of energy. You might be sensing some aliveness in your fascia, Whatever it is you're feeling, breathe into it. And bend your knees now and hug them in toward your chest. And gently rock side to side. And we're going to allow the left foot to come to the floor and take the right ankle on top of the left knee, opening the knee out to the side. And take your right arm, thread it through the legs, and hold on to clasp behind your thigh or in front of the shin of your left leg. And use the arms to hug these legs in toward you, looking for a stretch in the right buttock. So we're making our way around the thigh, around the hip joint. We did the front and the back. Now we're moving to the outer hip. And resting here for a few more slow, deep breaths. And now slowly release and take the knees closer together. So the right knee is crossing all the way over your left. And if you can, take the feet and ankles to wrap together. Also, if that doesn't work for you, that's all right. You can keep them apart. And now spread your arms out to the sides and let both knees come over to your right. Look to the left. And inhale both knees up to center and over to the other side. Or if this feels pretty intense, you could untwist the legs and simply have right leg on top of your left. So shift around as needed, make any final adjustments till you can come into a comfortable place to rest here. Good. Slowly come back up to the center and unwind your legs. Place both feet on the floor and find some windshield wipers, knees to one side and then the other. Keep going side to side, turning the head away from the knees. Good. Bring the legs back to center and take your left ankle on top of your right knee, finding your figure four on the other side. Clasping around the right leg and drawing the right leg towards you, finding the stretch in the left glutes now, the left buttock. And breathe into what you feel. Inviting tension to release with every breath that you exhale. Slowly release now and cross the legs closely so your left knee comes over your right. Option to also wrap your feet and take the arms out to either side. Let both knees fall over toward your left, looking away from the legs. And inhale up and over to the right. And now settle into your twist. This version of the yin spinal twist, when we have the legs wrapped like this, it's called twisted roots. And as best as you can, try and keep your left shoulder moving back toward the floor. If it doesn't stay in contact with the floor, that is okay, as long as you just have that opening energetically and you're feeling the twist in the spine, with the hips going one way and the shoulders going the other way. Particularly focusing on the lower back with this twist, and also you might be feeling some sensations in the left hip as the leg crosses over, left outer hip. And take a breath now and relax a little more into this shape with your exhale. And now slowly bring yourself back up to center. Straighten out your hips and your shoulders and draw your knees in. Placing one hand on each knee, circle the knees around in a clockwise direction. Massaging your low back. One more time in this clockwise direction, and then change to circle around the other way. Couple more counterclockwise circles. Good, and now let's bring the legs back to center and clasp the hands around the right knee as you extend your left leg forward onto the mat. Hug your right knee in toward your chest. And find your strap. Place it around your right foot and extend the foot up. And find the angle that feels good for your body. Your leg might be at more of a forward angle, and that might be a good enough stretch for your hamstrings that you don't need to keep trying to get any higher. You might be comfortable being higher up, and if you want more stretch, you'll just choke up on your strap and bring the leg closer, or maybe even hold the foot and don't bother with the strap if you have that kind of flexibility. So wherever you are, one hand holds each part of the strap. And it can be helpful in this leg stretch to energetically and physically draw the straps toward the space above your head. So there's a little opening of your elbows to keep this gentle traction on the leg. Breathe into the stretch that you feel, inviting the fascia in the back of your leg to soften. Inhale and exhale. Take both parts of the strap in your right hand and open the leg out to the right side. Reach your left arm out to the left side. And now shifting the focus, shifting the target area to the inner right thigh. Breathe into the inner right thigh. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the leg back up through the center and switch hands on the strap and start to draw the leg across. And we don't have to go very far to start feeling some sensation here in the outer right thigh and hip. So this is really not about crossing over into a full twist, because we already did a twist, right, in our twisted roots. We're more about getting the IT band and the TFL, what's called the tensor fascia lata here on the side. And you can play around with the exact position of your leg. Maybe it's farther away or closer in to get this whole yummy area of the hips, which has a lot to do with our knee health. So happy hips mean happy knees. We don't actually have a whole lot of knee stretches in yin yoga or even in yoga, but when we keep our hips healthy and happy and open, this helps our knees to be healthy and happy. Resting here for a few more slow, deep breaths. And now we'll slowly come all the way back up. And slowly release the strap and let your right leg float down next to your left leg. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up and away, stretch down long through your legs and up through your hands. And with your exhale, bend your left knee and hug it in toward your chest, clasping your hands around your knee. And now place your strap around your left foot. Extend your left foot into a comfortable angle, forward, straight up, or farther back. Feeling the stretch in the back of your left thigh and getting that little opening of the elbows to help draw the leg up and over the space above your head on the floor or the wall behind you. However you want to think about this, just keep on applying this gentle traction to the fascia. And now take both parts of the strap in your left hand, open the leg out to the left side, reach your right arm in the opposite direction. Finding the stretch here in the inner thigh, which is another component of keeping the knees healthy, is keeping this inner thigh and inner groin part of our body open, flexible, and stretched out. And slowly bring it back up to center. Swap the hands on the strap and cross it over. Once again, not really going for the all the way over, but instead going for this stretch of the outer hip and the outer thigh. On the outside of the thigh, between the hip and the knee, is a large, wide band of fascia that's called the IT band or the iliotibial band. And this is kind of a difficult area to stretch, but this is one of the ways that we can stretch it. And when it is healthy and flexible, it helps our knees and hips to both be happier, doing all the things that we want them to do. Breathing slow, deep breaths as you relax into this shape. Slowly bring the leg back up to center and remove the strap and slowly let your leg float down. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up and away from your feet away from your hands. Inhale, full body stretch. And exhale, bend your knees and take it into happy baby pose, soles of the feet turning up to the sky. You can ease your way into this, gently rocking side to side. Maybe extending one leg and then the other. If this pose doesn't feel great or if it's hard to hold your feet, another alternative is to have one hand on each knee and open the knees out wide. Slow, steady breaths, relaxing into the pose a little bit more with each breath. Slowly release now and take your feet together as you bring your feet to the floor. Open your knees wide, creating a diamond shape in the legs for this reclined butterfly. Resting one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And breathe. Feel the breath rise and fall in your belly and in your heart. And sense into this gentle stretch of your inner thighs. Inviting your body to become fully present here, knowing that the earth is supporting you and you can release your weight into the ground, really letting go now. And now gently draw your knees back together and gently roll over onto one side. And make your way up to hands and knees. And we're going to ease our way into what's called seiza, which may or may not be something your body wants to do. So we're easing into it by bringing the knees and the heels together. If possible, we're going to do our final ohms in this position, sitting on the heels in seiza, and alternatively, you can just sit cross-legged. So bring your palms together in front of your heart. No matter how you're sitting, spine nice and tall, close your eyes. And take a full breath in and a full exhale. Empty the lungs, draw your navel back toward your spine. Take 2 more slow, deep breaths like this. In and out. Last time in. And exhale. And now, just like an extension of our deep breaths, we'll sound Om on the exhale. Breathe in. And gently open the eyes. That is our yin yoga practice for the lower body. I hope you enjoyed it. Please move slowly and gently into the next part of your day. And I look forward to reading your comments below, and I look forward to the next time we practice together. Namaste.